Hello, Peter. Honestly, I'm not sure where to start, so let me think about it for a bit. How well do you understand, like, I'll just talk a bit and you can ask questions, I guess. So, for this team, my main DPS is Bao, and her DPS comes from her Q, her elemental burst, her ult, basically. And her ult, from the third last thing, they say the duration is 7 seconds. So I have 7 seconds on my ball to do damage. Okay. So this is my main DPS source, and I don't use the normal attack much, so it doesn't matter. The elemental skill should be used before I swap to other characters because it can help boost my ball's ult damage. Okay, so one thing to remember is that my ball's ult is only 7 seconds. So for a team, I usually have a shield and a healer. So for this team, my shield is Thoma. His E is a shield. And his Q is actually a bit unique, where every time you use a normal attack, it will make his shield stronger slightly and deal fire damage. And this skill lasts for 15 seconds. The ult lasts for 15 seconds and it will renew the shield, so the shield duration doesn't really matter. It will last for 15 seconds. So between each character, I will spend about 2 seconds. So 15 seconds, I have, let's say I cast his ult and then I switch to Bennett. I spend 2 seconds. I have 13 seconds left on his ult. And I spend 2 more seconds on Kujo. Means I have about 11 seconds left on Thomas ult. Let's say 10 seconds before I switch to Bao, which will cover the 7 seconds of my Bao's ult. So my Thoma actually provides shield and provides pyro damage, so that when my Bao hits with electro damage, I will get overloaded, which is affected by the elemental mastery and will boost the damage by 48% over the reaction damage. Okay, so that's my Thomas job in this team. His skill comes to Bao, have around 10 seconds left. So for Bennett, he have 2 jobs, to heal and buff with his ult. I think you have Bennett, so you should understand what he's doing. His skill lasts for 12 seconds. That's why he's on the 3rd slot, because 12, 10, 8. So coming to Bao, that's only like, just enough time for my Bao's ult to cast and finish. So 12 seconds, buff and heal. Along with the artifacts, I put Noblesse Oblige on my Bennett because of the 12-second buff when I use Bennett's ult. So similar with the talent, the 12 seconds. When it reaches my Bao, the timing is just enough for my Bao's ult to finish. So I put Kujo before Bao because Kujo can actually buff Bao. As you can see, my attack is 2.7k. I can do this and switch to Bao. My attack is now 3.3k. Okay. Hello, Vanessa. So my Kujo's weapon actually buffs the team. So how do I... Okay. It's complicated, but the TLDR is... as long as Kujo deals damage to enemies 4 times, my entire team will get 20% attack and increase elemental mastery by 100. Okay, so I'll deal more overloaded damage. My ball will deal more overloaded damage and get a 20% more buff, the attack buff. So that's the weapon. The duration I think is quite long, so it doesn't really matter. I think it's 12 seconds as well. Yep. Yep, 12 seconds. And it only happens once every 20 seconds. Okay. So the 20 seconds, I will talk about that later, the cooldown. For this, the artifacts, I use damage because there's no point using other. For constellation, whenever I buff the attack, it also buffs the electro damage, crit damage by 60% as you've seen before. And why I use Kujo right before Baal is because the attack bonus is only 6 seconds. So it's not a very long time. So it can actually barely covers my Baal's ult. Okay. And using my Kujo's ult, it also applies the same buff as this. Okay, so that's basically the basics of my team. And the cooldown of my entire team, the longest is 20 seconds, which is Toma, the ult, Toma, 20 seconds. And Kujo, 20 seconds. So each rotation of mine is about 20 seconds. So, any questions so far, I guess? I mean, it's easier if I demonstrate it, I guess. So, Baal, Kujo, Bennett, and Toma. Yep. Yep. For this particular team, it's all elemental damage, elemental burst, and yeah. I don't use normal attack. Like my Baal actually use normal attack, but it counts as ult damage. Okay, so start. I will use my elemental skill so I get the eye. And then I can get a ring when I get elemental particles, as you can see. That will buff my my Baal's ult. Then I will use Toma's ult. Try to stay within Bennett's ring. Okay, so the ult ended. I mean, I didn't do a good rotation. So Baal basically is a battery. She helps the entire team charge their ult while she's using her ult. So let me do it real quick. This. I think these doggos don't really hurt my other character a lot. So as you can see, the ults back up. So basically just rotate like that. Oof. Yeah, sometimes Thomas ult's not up. Needs more energy recharge. Yep, needs more energy recharge, like slightly more. Oof. Ouch. I hate the dogs. It's basically like that. That's how my ball team works. I mean, some character works better as support rather than main DPS, and you want to use those characters. You know, you have to decide on the main DPS first, and then you decide on the support character. So I guess I can give you another example. My Hu Tao team. This one is slightly easier. So Diona gives shield and heal me if I need it. Okay, and my Xingqiu provides hydro and a bit of heal, which my Hu Tao normally is enough. My Xingqiu can provide a bit of heal. That's why I seldom use Diona's heal, because unless my Hu Tao's life is really low, I seldom use Diona's heal, because Xingqiu can heal just enough to maintain below 50% health, which is how Hu Tao is supposed to be played. Yep, so her duration is 8 seconds. Diona's shield is, if I remember correctly, is about 13 seconds. 12 to 13. And then, yep, provide Hydro with his ult. Mona provides, if I remember, Noblesse Oblige. And damage bonus for the entire team for a couple of seconds. If I remember correctly, it's 8 plus, I would say roughly 8 plus 5. And then my Hu Tao is dealing the main damage. So basically what I do, how I build my team is every character, other than the main DPS, just comes out, deals whatever, you know, support skill they need to do, and then take turn, and then go to my main DPS. So that's what a rotation means. It's basically a round, a circle. You just keep going doing the same thing. It's more, I would say it's less messy than if you just swap characters randomly and just do whatever. It's more coordinated. It's planned. So you can deal more damage that way. Yep, as away. Which character do you mean specifically? Like some of the characters as Constellation, I got it just by rolling for other stuff. I wouldn't say often. Like for example, right now I'm actually skipping both banners on this patch. I don't think I'm going to pull for Ito and Goro, and I'm not pulling for Albedo and Eula. I actually pulled Albedo's banner just for Bennett C1. I pulled Albedo's banner for Bennett C1 to ignore the HP limit so I can get the buff whatever my health is. Is it? So in the case of Kujo, it's called unlucky because I kept getting her while I was pulling everything else. I actually never planned to use her until I saw that she's C6 and she's not a bad pair with my Bao, so I decided to use her. Otherwise, that is not like otherwise Xiangling would be taking my Kujo's space actually. It used to be Xiangling. Xiangling is actually a good support DPS because what she does, she just casts her ult and then she can just go away. That's basically it. She's also like somewhat, I would say not a very great battery, but she can provide some fire particles with Guoba. It's not very good because Guoba doesn't chase enemies and his range is not great. But what is good about Xiangling is her Pyronado. Her Pyronado hurts a lot. So she's actually a good support DPS as well. It's not a bad choice. If I remember correctly, I got C4 Kujo when I was rolling for Baal. Yep, I got C4 Kujo when I was rolling for Baal. And the other two constellations, I got her when I was rolling. I remember it was one in the standard banner and the other one was in the Staff of Homa banner. That's why I got C6 Kujo. I wouldn't say I roll a lot, but I guess I do. I also got Beidou C6. I wonder who else I have C6. Rosaria maybe? Nope. So yeah, that's basically what the rotation is. So Hu Tao starts like this. Use my ult. Use ult. Just charge attack on my Hu Tao until the elemental skill ends. Yep, so it ended. Start over again. Okay, bye Vanessa. Yeah, both lacking a bit of energy. So I just keep basically just do the same thing over and over again. Well, that's the gist of it. For Eula, I'm not too sure, like, because I'm not too sure what characters you have. So, I mean, I think you probably should have Xiangling. She's a free character, actually. When you beat Spiral Abyss floor 3, which I think you did, you get Xiangling on floor 3. I still can't believe your Diona has more health than mine. Probably some of the substats. I don't know. Mine is full HP. Yeah, no problem. I hope I help slightly, a bit. So Eula is an auto attacker, so I mean I can try to like build a Eula team. Like assume my Hu Tao is a Eula. Xiangling, like pretty good. Xingqiu is also pretty good. If you don't need shield, you can use Beidou. Yep, you can use Beidou. So what Beidou does... Yeah, sure. You can stream and then I can have a look. Beidou is actually quite a good support character if your main DPS uses normal attack. Her Stormbreaker actually deals quite a good damage. And she's, I guess, her and Xingqiu is somewhat like a shield because their range, like, they can help reduce the damage taken by your main character. And Xingqiu can heal a bit through this. So I guess you can play this team if you're good. Beidou's ult is proc. It will proc when you normal attack. Xingqiu's as well. And then you have Xiangling dealing Pyronado. And then you have your Eula dealing normal attack. I mean, I'm pretty sure you can fit Bennett somewhere. Just remove one of the characters and just fit Bennett. If you fit Bennett, I would probably put Bennett right before Eula, because I think, let me read Eula's skill. I have to see how long does the sword take to descend. Doesn't say. So 7 seconds. So basically, yep, you put your Bennett, I would say almost right before your Eula. Bennett is 12 seconds, right? Yep, should be 12 seconds. Let's see. Something like this. I think it's overkill. Oh no, so Eula, yep. So if you have Diona, then you're perfect basically. So you have 2 fire, let's assume this is ice. So let's assume this is Eula. So you'll have 25% attack and more crit rate, 15%, which is great actually. Although Eula wouldn't take advantage of the shattering ice as often because she deals more physical damage than cryo damage. It's a bit of bonus, I guess. Better than nothing. So this is actually not a bad team. So you apply shield first, and then you use her ult, and put the bear and use the ult, and then your Eula just do whatever. Like probably just come out, use her elemental skill and then her ult, and then just attack until the sword falls. You swap back to Diona. So Diona's skill cooldown is 15 seconds. Bennett I think is 15 as well. Xiangling is 20. Yep. So the longest cooldown is 20 as well. The look is slightly different than Eula because the look, I'm not sure if you should build pyro or physical because he can do attack pretty fast. Yep, like that. You can combo like that instead of the usual normal attack. Like this. Oof. Oof. Need more practice. Hold on. So like that, like that, like that, like that, like that. Yep. So you can do 6 hit, like by mixing normal attack and his elemental skill. But I'm not too sure how I would build him. I mean, you don't need 3 fire. You probably can put a Beidou in here. Like, I would say some of the better support. Let me see. I mean, I have all the 4 stars, so good support, good support. This one is shield and healed if you want it. Mona is a good support. Good support. This one, Sucrose, I would say is good, but it's situational. Barbara, if you need heals. I wouldn't use her much because other than heal, she can't really do much. She applies hydro, but not really. Kujo is support, but only for Baal. She's a Baal simp. Toma's not bad. Xiangling's good support. Kaya is actually good support, but you have to get real close to the enemy. Chongyin, Rosaria. Amber is a decent support, only if you have C6, which I don't think anyone has. Fischl is actually a good like side DPS character if you can get enough energy recharge on her. Her bird can like give you constant electro, and you can get elemental reaction off of that. But for Eula, because Eula doesn't really use elemental reaction much, so maybe not for Eula. Fischl is only good if you want elemental reaction. For Eula, I would say Xiangling and Beidou because they can deal support DPS without needing much needing elemental reaction. And Beidou and Xiangling can actually, you know, deal overloaded damage. Yep, like there are many ways to build your characters. Your team. So any more questions, I guess? So Keqing is not a support. She's more of a main DPS because she has to stand outside to deal damage. When she is not outside, she's not dealing much damage. So first of all, you have to decide who wants to stand outside, and then you find characters that can affect the battle without standing outside. Like Fischl, I can just use her bird and I can swap to other characters. Her bird will continue dealing electro damage for me, while I use my other characters to, you know, for elemental reaction. I'm not sure how I would build Keqing team. I mean, I'm not too sure about her skills anyway. So she infused her sword with electro, basically a budget ball, I guess. Yeah, I'm gonna get killed for saying that. Keqing, I think she's an electro battery, so she would go well with Beidou, but you don't have Beidou. So let's see. Who else is good? Electro. Fischl is okay, I would say. No. For Keqing, I wouldn't pair. So one thing about pairing Pyro and Electro is the overload reaction. It blows enemies away. So if you're melee, it's annoying to chase after the monster unless you're Baal. Baal's attack AoE is quite huge, so it doesn't really matter. And she chases after the enemies. So yeah, you have to consider about overload being not great sometimes. Much better. Like, there are some weapons that support, like, I think it's mostly bows. Let's see, weapon that supports the team. Bow? No, 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 no. And no. Yeah, I think there's, oh yeah, this one. This one is actually 3-star, but it's one of the best support weapons. I use it on Mona, so when I switch from Mona to my Hu Tao gains 48% attack. Quite a lot. Where's my Hu Tao? Mona, Xingqiu, and Diona. 1.7k. 2k. Yep, so this is actually quite a good support book. I like my Mona deals less damage slightly, but overall my team deals more damage because of it. Yeah, it's great for Abyss. Especially if you like keep swapping characters like I do. Keep getting the buff. It's great. I don't think there's much weapons that actually buff the entire team. Like Favonius series, they can give you more particles for a team, which is great. Prototype is actually not bad. I actually prefer prototype over and like Catalyst. I mean over the Favonius, because it actually heals my team a bit as well. So you can actually let's say I can use Xingqiu and Mona, and I don't need Diona's heal anymore. I used to do that, but no, not now, because I just use this on my Mona. I used to use this. It helps recharge your ult faster too, so it's actually not a bad catalyst. And it's actually free to play. You can just craft it. It's craftable in the blacksmith. Let's see what else. So sacrificial bow on Diona, you know that much. I don't think there's anything else. No. Yeah. The rest is just basic stuff. Okay, I guess that's almost everything. I hope I helped a bit. You're welcome. Did you actually get the alloy? You get free bird meat if you have alloy. Because the birds don't run away, you can just do this. Yeah, you can just walk up to the birds and just use any AoE attacks. Pretty nice. Free burp. Oof, I guess I got the birds here already. Yeah, sure. I'm also going off. Nothing else to do on the game anyway. Out of resin. No problem. Okay, bye. Going off.